Hello. Okay. Yeah. So guys, yeah, back to Risha. So I welcome you back, guys. To the new episode today. Being episode 28. And so we have two more left. To be an episode 30, and I think we are actually doing a good job. Almost, yeah, I think we are almost somewhere close to kind of like completing most of the app, but mainly I think most of the stuff we haven't been working on mostly is the functionality. So we haven't worked on functionality for this page and this page. Remember, we are trying to push this app to production, and that's what we're thinking of. That's what we are working on this. So we also have to care about completing the functionality part of it and other stuff. But today I think we're going to do more of completing this UI here, and and also working on this UI we have here, and we might drop by to kind of like fix some functionality feature here, and before maybe continuing to this side, but that will be after we are done. We are done with this part of the UI. So with that being said, let's head on with with the coding part and also talking about the whole stuff. So basically, we are here right now, so we are done with this. But like I said, the functionality has not been completed yet. So if you click here, it takes us to this UI, which is basically the appointment section. Remember, so right here, if you look, you see there's some stuff we have to do here. We need to add this user text field. So basically, but the thing is that we actually have to, um, um, yeah, make it. Maybe we can get we being the user our name to be appropriated here by default. We can allow the user to actually add their name here by themselves. Um, then we have all these payment methods. So basically, yeah, we don't have to worry much because there's a Flutter package we're going to use here, which will help us to deal with Apple Pay, um, Google Pay. Then we can add other package for payment like Stripe for card payment and so on and so forth. And there are a lot of packages for that. We have some Stripe, we have revenue cards, and we have Razor Pay. There are a whole lot of them, but these are top use and the main ones people use more often. And again, that's I've been thinking through some stuff on the app. So basically, right now, I think one of the places I'm kind of like thinking through how to work on that is the payment. Remember, in the app, we being the user that wants a psychologist to help us, wanting the social way that when we make a payment, so that's what I'm thinking through. So you make a payment here, right? You are trying to pay the psychologist. Since I'm thinking maybe we are going to make the payment directly to the psychologist account, but that wouldn't be what we are then going to do here. So because we want to still get some extra percentage here to our own account, then the rest will be taken to given to the user accounts. So I'm still thinking through that and how to map out the whole user experience flow or how this will work at the back end or something like that. So that's one of the places I've been thinking through the tree. And then there's a whole lot of other places, but these are one of the main places because this needs to be looked at very, very, very much because most trees we are dealing with payments and we are dealing with money and we are dealing with user trust because most we've been the users we always kind of like have some part of us tied to our money or something like that. So we don't want someone to kind of like take our money like that or kind of like misuse our money and then still request more money from us. So we are trying. That's why we need to kind of like be careful on this part of the UI of this part of the app stage. So That's why I will not be going too much on the functionality for today, since mostly we are dealing with mostly I'm still thinking through it. So that's why I say I will complete the UI here. Then here and there's not much stuff to do. You know, we will fix the functionality here and then move to the other screens. So with that being said, so guys, like I said, I'm thinking through this. If you have any suggestions on maybe I've kind of implemented something like this in the app, just let me know. So that's it. So let's get on here. So right here we have so we have the make an appointment screen, which is this. I think the audio is not working. I don't know why. It should be working. I don't mean the audio. I was talking about the music because I added the music here, but for some reason it's not playing. Let me see. Um, so I just added it back again. Okay. Yeah, it's working right now. And also, guys, make use of the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let's talk. So, yeah, right here. So what we're trying to do is right now is to add this um test field here. But I think there's places we have used test field. Let's see how we use that. So how this test field. So it's almost the same here. So let's do that. Let's do that. So we can get our test field that we used before. We can just see how we use that on our own, and that should be try the covering part of it. And this should be custom test field. So this is it. So you can go ahead and copy this, and copy that over here in our appointment screen. That should be under. Oh, there's a column. No. Let me see. So that should be under this row, under here. That we have this, and we're having some errors. So we have to fix that by importing this. So you type over here, and you're going to import this and fix our format our code. And the test controller, we still need to add that. We're going to get that from for our appointment controller, right? Yeah, appointment controller. And let's add an appointment controller here. So here's our appointment controller. Let's go ahead and work on this. Basically, it's still the same way we have been adding our controllers. It's going to be class keyword, and let that make appointment controller. So extends get text controller. Okay, not this. And in here we could have a text editor controller for that. Username is equal to new text editor controller, and okay, so just save that, and we could add this controller in our binding file by using get output. So this is the dependency we want to add, and that. And we can go ahead and say admission controller. No, not admission controller. That will make appointment controller, something like that. Yeah. So go ahead and save this, and so there it is. So you can go here and start making use of that. So you can say final. So using get.put, so you could just make use of get.find in here. And go ahead and import this. So that's it. We could just go straight down below here and use the controller we created. And we call that username. It will make sense to add controller at the end, and then copy this. Right here, replace that same name with this. Go ahead and save this. And let's see what else we need to do. For now, we can just keep this stuff. No, okay, so just say if it's empty, it's equals to false. If it's empty, it's equals to true. That means it's empty. If it's empty, it's true. I want to give an issue, you can just say invalid. Invalid name should be the error statement. Go ahead and save that. Okay. Go ahead and restart our app. Here we come. Make a search appointments. Go up to our appointment page, and here we have our test field. So you can see that. But right now, clicking on this and clicking elsewhere doesn't remove that. So we have to find a way to remove that. And what we could do, remember we have used something like that. Most of that in many places in our app. That's basically means wrapping that. See. So I think with this similar stuff here, I'll just copy that over. So hide. We call that hide keyboard context. So remember when we created this helper function, And in here, we're going to wrap all this with a gesture detector. So to wrap, then on the tab part, when we say on tab, we want to call this function. Okay, so this is how we call it. And I'm gonna save this. And now if we go just try it out, tap on this. It says an input, but there's an issue. Tap on outside, it hides it. Tap on it again, it shows. Tap outside, it hides it. But the keyboard is not showing up. Let's try again. Yeah, so it shows up the keyboard. Tap, the keyboard goes away. Tap, keyboard comes up. Tap again, keyboard goes away. So alright, now looking right now, you see that we have this padding. We have this padding right, 16 at the two side of it. So we need to add that padding. And we could scroll down. If we scroll down, what we could do is let me see. We could wrap this. Let's wrap this. No, not a container. Not a container. Wrap it in a padding. We could say padding dot symmetric, and we could say horizontal and the horizontal axis, which is the at this point at this horizontal axis, we are going to add a padding of 16 to it, which is what we did here. Save that. I'm going to see a padding of 16 has been added at the two side of it, by the two side, like what we have here. And now we have to add this that says name, so that the user will know that they have to type their name here. And that will be at top over here. This is going to be a text field. Say text field. Not a text field, just a text. That might be actually just a text. And then we're going to say just make it known to the user. We'll add this to our custom tests. See if there's already a place where we did that. Okay, we could just go ahead and tag this. Say something like so make appointment input, call that input. Input name, and that should say something like just name. And we're going to go ahead and copy this. So now we copy that. So head over to the make appointment screen, and what we could do is just use that text here by getting rid of our custom text class dot use that text and comma. Then we get rid of the style property, and we're going to use our theme style. Remember dot of context dot testing dot headline. Tap into the headline. And that's it for now. And format our code, save this, and there we have it. So it's actually on top over here, but we don't want it to be on top here. And the way to fix that will be, so we want it to be, so let's go ahead and see. So this is basically inside a column, and we're going to use class as this on our column to push that to start from the beginning. So I'm going to say class Because as this dot starts, you see it pushes it to start from the beginning, which is what we need. And we're going to wrap the test in with a padding. And we're going to say padding, symmetric, and the horizontal or horizontal axis, it should be 16.0. And go ahead and save this, and I will move it like this to the 16.0. And with that being added, next we could do is to push it down from here. Because if you look at the design we have right here, see has from the top, it should be 32 pixels from the top. What you could do is right here, and you could have comma, and then you can say instead of using the padding, excessive padding, you use size box. Tap into the height property, say 32.0. Since that is it, save that, and I'll push it down a bit so there will be a space between this text and this, and that's it. So one more thing is to change the text color. Remember, there's a text color, and there's a text color. That's what we're going to do right now. I'll go back here. So inside our headline theme, I've used this first unwrap, copy the text style, copy width to copy the style, and then we're going to change the style to fit what we want. So we're going to say color, and use our app colors, our custom app colors. That's this. So this is the color we're going to use. Go ahead and save this, and you see the text color has been changed, and that's matching what we have here. See, but right now we have to change um the size and font width. So we're going to say um font size for the size property. That should be around what did I say again? 13. Okay, 13.0, and font width should be 400. Let's tap into font width. So use this 400 as our font width. Go ahead and save this. You see that's actually been affected, and that's changed. And right now, I think we done that. So this part is completed. And we could actually test it out. Tap on this, type in name. You see, so it's working. So the name is working, and you could tap here to dismiss it. But here you can actually delete the names you typed in. That's it. So that's working. Let's go over to the next part, which is this section right here, and that will be payment method. Actually, under this, I'll have a test field right that says, just gonna copy this test so I can actually change this later. Let's see. This is what this looks like. Okay, that's what we want. Right on top, paste this here, save this, and we could go straight up and add this distance. So that should be 39 from the top, and we could just say size box. Come on, size box. height should be 39, and that's it. Save that, and see move down. But the test should be say payment method, and it should be 413, and that's what we have here already. So we have 413. So but we just need to change the test itself. I could go to our custom test file in here and go ahead and change the test. Call it payment. Yeah, so that's not the test. I think we copied that. Copied it. Okay, so the guys looks like the stream kind of like stopped. Um, so I'll just try. Okay, so where are we? So we're still here. So this section we added. So added this payment section right here, and we are going to start adding this payment method. So this payment method we're going to start adding it right now. So first one will be card payments. So here, under this section, we also have another column. So children in here, and we're going to have, for now, we're going to have a container. So a container that has a row with it that looks like this. First, I have this image, this button-like image. We have the Apple Pay stuff icon, Apple Pay test. Then we have this tick, so this icon tick here. So whenever the user selects this, then we have this tick. So we have on here, we have a child property, and let's remove this height. We don't need the height property. We're going to have a row widget, and inside the row we have a children. And inside children, we're going to have this. So basically, I'm going to download that as an image on its own. See, icon. So I'm going to call it an icon and download that as an icon. So yeah, it's this one. Start download that. But let's see how that will look if that's the same way on a dark screen. So our dark screen has this white text and has this white color on it. This white color around there. Whereby here is dark, it has this dark color. I think we could actually use testing on it, or we could use icon color on it. So let's see which one will make sense. So but let's go ahead and download that. Go there, go to export section, click there. I always make it to be around 2x. So this is what it looks like. And click export, and I will download this. We could open it up, and here it is. I'm going to open with extract. So this is going to extract it, and okay, that's nested. So that is actually deep nested, and all you're going to do, open our app right here. Right here in our image section, we're going to drop and drag that in there. So let's rename this. Let's rename it to Apple Pay. Okay, I'll just do it at Apple Pay, and go ahead and save that. Drop and drag it here. Close this, and so here in our app, let me see. So is it Apple Pay? Could go ahead and add it in our imported images right in our team folder. So that should be right here. I could say static. Name of the image, which is Apple Pay. So Apple Pay, yeah, that should be it. And the next, change this to also reflect the name Apple Pay, and yeah, right here. Let's go ahead and add an image. Let's say image that from asset, because this will not be a network image. So we're going to go straight right here. So, and after the images folder, we're going to have this string interpolation. So this will be a string interpolation dot png. We're going to say brand image brand images dot. So let's import this dot Apple. So that's Apple Pay. Save that. And okay. So something is wrong. Okay. Okay. So I think we so the image, the icons itself, the height. So let's get hold of the height. So that's 28. So let's try 28 by 28 for the height property. And so yeah, it looks good. We might increase it. Let's round it up to 30. So that's it. And remove the color. We don't need the color property on our container. We don't need that. Go ahead and save this. And the color will be removed. And the next we could do is to add this Apple test inside. So add this Apple test, Apple Pay test. So the Apple Pay test will change that with this. So this is what we need it to be. And over here in our app, go ahead and start using that. So have this image. After the image, have a test field, which we can go ahead and copy this test field we have here. And we're going to rename this to be Apple Pay test. And we don't want this color, we want it to be that color. So that's it. And the test property, so let's see the test size. So it's 17 and 400. So this should be 17 font size and 400 for the font weight. Go ahead and save this. And here we have it. And let's see the next thing we have to do. So you can see all this section has a padding around it. So 19 by 19 on both sides. So we could actually add that right here on the column itself. So the column should actually start from let's add it. So wrap this with a padding. And just use symmetric. So using the symmetric, you could say Yeah, horizontal should be 19 or 16. See, it immediately has a padding of 19 on the horizontal axis, and from the top to add 18 because vertical, but that should be 18. And see, it pushes this down, so that's nice. And let's see what else we need to do. And again, we need to add this horizontal divider line on it. So prepare with this check, and okay, head over here. With that added, so let's add the horizontal divider that we wanted to add right now under it. Under here, remember, I think we have a custom divider. I think we could just go ahead and add our own. So here is the horizontal divider. But if you're looking at over here, if we have to look, wait a minute. So here, the pattern is added by the side here and not at this end here. So you should go to the end, and then the pattern should be starting here. So to fix that issue, that means we have to remove this padding that we have here, or we could actually change this to padding.only, change that to only, and we could just change this to left, and this should be top, and then also for the bottom we could also add this to the 18.0. Go ahead and save that, and see it will make the changes starting from here and ending right here. So that's what we need. But still inside here we need a spacing between the test components and the divider. So you hover over this, so you see the spacing is 20 pixel, and to fix that we can just say in there add a size box, use size box, tap into the height property, and add 20 pixels of spacing, save that, and that will be added here. But that looks way too big, and let's look again. Okay, let's try to reduce that. For me it looks too big, so let's see 16. I think that makes sense. And then we have our divider color. It's not matching what we have here, which is also the same with this color. And how do we get that to match up? So let's see what we did here. Okay, we use divider color from the team, and just go ahead and that basically change that. So we'll add the divider color that we want, and that's fixed. So look over right nicely. we got this working. See the image, Apple Pay. So, but we need to add this check mark in it. So to add a check mark, that should be inside this row we have here. This is the image, and if we could remember, I think there's a place we actually did something similar like that. Let me see. Yeah, somewhere here we added a check mark at this stuff. So let's go ahead. So that should be main homepage. This section. We have the show filter list. So that should be custom user, not custom user card. Okay, that should be show search button sheet. Go to definition, and so this is it. Now we have this border unplaced, selected. We could head over in here, and we can see where we did. So there's the icon. Yeah. So this is how we did that. So copy that over, and come straight over here in our main appointment screen, or we could just add that right here, and go ahead and save this. And see the icon is added here, but let's see the height property. The size of it is about 13 and 14, and let's see what we have here. 18. Let's increase this to 20. This one about 25. That's too much. Let's leave it at 22. Okay, that's good. We have to push this to the end, and to push this to the end, you have to use what we call spacer. That's it. So now push it to the end, but there should be a space right here, and to add that, so let me see. So instead of continue, we can use the padding property of it, and look, could try the margin property of our container. Try the edge insect dot only, right? Should be 19, and that will add the spacing we need here. So let's see this again. So look again, you see that it's making sense. This is matching up with what we have. Next one is that we're going to look at, we need Apple Pay, we need Google Pay to be added to. So we could try this. I think right for that We could go ahead and use Google the Google icon for this. I think there's yeah. So this one, we're going to use the icon. So this icon is that's what we're going to use. Let's see where we imported that. So that should be Google 120. So that's good for us. What we could do next is right here. We're going to move this to be a widget on its own. Copy that. Move it from there. Save this. So you see nothing will be there right now. So let's go over here and move it inside this widget folder. We call this payment options dot. I'm going to be a stateless widget. Payment options. So return. Go ahead and return this. Let's see. I think we have an issue. Okay. See. So we're going to return a column as its children, and then return this as its children. Have this off. Go ahead and format the code, and let's ask parameters. So this stuff here will be dynamically added to the app. So we do this one. So final icon. And we're going to have final title here, and add that inside our constructor right here. Come on, sure. So that's it. We could make this to have a default, and the default string will be this. Okay, let's not add a default to it. Let's do it this way. And right here, what we could do is calendar, use image icon. So image icon, and so do the same right here. For the text right here, call that to the title. That's fixed. We'll save this. Now we can start using this in our main appointment screen, which is here. And see image icon. For the image icon, we're going to pass this in. And next one will be the title. For the title, the first one we're going to pass this in, and then go ahead and save this. And here it is. So it's still added back. Hi, so we got a message. Hi, thanks so much. Thanks, and I appreciate. Thanks. So next one is that we added this stuff right here. So, but right now we want this stuff, all this to show up. How do we do that? So basically, I'm going to add a Google Pay, and I'm going to change the icon to be a Google icon. And how to do that? So let's do that together. So copy this. Basically, copy the same stuff and paste that here. For the icon property, we are going to add. It should basically be a Google icon. So yeah, this one, copy that as the icon we're going to use. And for the test, we are going to use a test. So similar to what we did here. So Google Pay test, I say Google Pay, and copy that over, save. So that should be what we have here. So replace this with it, and save this, and there we go. So it makes sense. It's looking fine. So I have the Google Pay for the Google Pay icon. And but if you look right now, you see that there's an issue. There should be a bottom padding right here. So that should be around here. So you could still add this same stuff. You could look over here and see what they use for that. So it's 18. So it makes sense. Save that, and that's added. So we have that space being added right here. And the next one we are going to add is this test this card payments right here. So this card payments method right here is one we are going to add right now. And how do we do that? Yeah, I think I have a solution. So for this card payments, basically we are not going to save this. We are not going to save this in our own Firebase database. So we are going to save this directly in the users, either in the users. No, it won't make sense. I think we are going to have a local database where we could save that. Um, yeah, that would make sense. A local database where we could save that in our user's phone. And yeah, so let's go ahead and add this. So tap on this icon. Let's get rid of that icon. So go ahead and download that, export, make it to X. I cannot even see it. So let's try this. Okay, here it is. So it's looks good. Maybe 2x. Go ahead and export that. And once that is downloaded, go ahead and extract it. Let me delete this. So open, 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 and here we have. We could just rename this, rename it to be called a card image. I think that makes sense. So since we renamed it, open our VS Code. Just want to put it in here, and drag and drop. Remember the same drag and drop it in there. Remove this, delete this, and import it to our image class, which should be here. And under here, we're going to call it card pay, and the name will basically be this. Save it. Go ahead and start using that. Make appointments, and we add another one in here. We're going to say this, so we card pay, save that, and there we go. So we have the card exactly like what we have here, and right now we have to add this kind of test around it. And so this is called obscured test. So basically they use that when you want to hide obscure something that is sensitive informations, but you still want to show some part of it, but you have to obscure some part of it. And I will show you guys how to do that. So I think we have this that code. It's kind of a string. You can use that on a string. So let's say we have create a dummy card number. So this will be for MasterCard. Copy that and paste that in here. And we're going to get another one. So this should be Visa. So that's it. And save that. So you could go ahead. Okay, I think we made a mistake. So these two shouldn't be here. shouldn't be here. It should be in our custom test. Save that, and I'll fix the issue we're having here. Then let's see how to hide some characters here. So there should be something called request, something you can use to replace some text. So we could use pad left, yeah, pad left for that. So pad left, we could say how many characters? So how many characters do we have here? So 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16 characters, right? And we want to show um, 16 characters. I want to show 4 characters. 4 out of the 16. And so what we could do is to 16 minus 4 should give us so we could do 16 minus 4 and the remainder, and that's what we could replace there. So let's see. That should be 12. And we're going to close 12 using this aesthetic, and the remaining of it, the remainder of it. So as in showing up. Let me see. So let's copy this again. Replace. So something is wrong somewhere. Let's check our that. See. So that's string methods. So you could use, let's see what we could use on a string using that. This documentation right here. Okay. So let's try doing some coding on that part. See where what is going on here. So let's see. Okay, it's still showing up. So I'm not sure I'm doing something wrong. Okay. So we will have to increase the number. So the number has to be bigger than the string that has been passed in. Okay. Now I see. So the more you increase this, the more we increase this number right here, the more it replaces the string using um this stuff with this string we added here. Um, Let me see. Okay, it has to be shorter than the width for it to be padded. Okay. Okay, so we have to increase this. And let's try 25. Okay. I see. So it has this at the beginning and not actually replacing the string. Um, I see what that is doing. So let's see that's actually one that replace. So you have replace all. We have replace. Not what we're looking for. No. Okay. Let's try some stuff right here. So we could say inside our code, since we are trying to instead of using padding, instead of using pad left Let's try using replace range. So we want to start at index 0 of the text and end at index let's say index 10, and we replace it with this aesthetic, but it should be actually 4 aesthetics. Save that. And there we go. So if it's look at there, you see we are getting close to what we want. So over here in our design, so one it should be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 aesthetic, and 1, 2, 3, 4 at the back. But right now it's more, the one at the back is too much. So go ahead and increase this to 13. Okay, that's too much. Let's leave it at 12. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's it. But right now there should be a space. There should be a spacing right here. We could add that space right at the back over there. And there we go. So we have that added. So that's what we are looking for. And then we add another payment method. So to go ahead and save that. And there you have it. And with those being added, what we could do is add this. This will be a button that when you click it, it will give you an option to add a payment option, a payment options card for that will be added here. So let's go add that and add this. So there should be a row as children. Inside the children have this icon right here and a text. So you have to do that with an icon widget and tap into icons, dots. And so plus that should be add. Yeah, so add. Previously we passed it, so that should be add. So there's one we need. I can go ahead and style this. Size, add a size for it. And the size will be 1515, so let's make it like 25.0. What about total of 30? Okay, that's good. And the next one will be a test. Wish we could copy this. And the test we're going to change it to say something like add new card. So here we go. Replace this to with the text we just added. So then, so there should be the color. Both of them should have the same color. Go ahead and save this, and there we go. We have it. And let's increase the text size. 417 says 417. Um, so let's replace this horizontal padding we added here. So let's make it something like 10 or 9. Okay, I think that's good. And the next will be basically adding this spacing at the top and this spacing by the left here. So we're going to wrap this with a padding, say only, tap to the left, so that should be 10, 19, 0 on the left, and moved it at appropriate place. But right now there's too much spacing right here, and we need to move it up a bit. Replace that with this, replace this with that. That's what we want, so do it this way. Save this. Now we go over here, the last one, which is this. Change the bottom padding to 0.0. Save that, and that will reduce the space we want here. That's it. So the last but not the least here is I will have to add this button. Remember our button, which is this, similar to what we have here. So you could go back and copy the button for admission screen and paste that right here. Import the button and change the button text to say this. So we could in here. So button text will be something like decrease the text. There's no need of adding this, so we just save that. Let's go over here. Let's keep it the way it was. So leave it that way. And go ahead and save this. And there we have our button, but we need to move it down. So from the top, we could say something like, it's already down here, move it way down. So to move it down, depending on the screen, the user screen, so you use media query for that. And we are going to remove constants from it. And save this. But let's increase that to 9. Make it 1, 2. Yeah, and that's it. So that's moved it down way to where we want it to be. But issues that we so I will not have an issue. So that's why we wrap this. We scroll single share scroll. So if we are on a smaller screen, so this will be scrollable. So that's been added. So right now all these are working. Or there are some stuff we need to fix because what is remaining as the functionality. So we want in a way that whereby you click on this, it will pop up something that will help you to add a card to the screen. So I see there's something I'm missing for the UI. So the UI is complete. So this will be what we'll be working on when we start working on the functionality for the adding of card and processing of payments. Um, so for now, let's go over to um, this screen right here. So the consultation screen. So this should be consultation screen. So basically how you get there is that when the user clicks on this payment, after adding the payment, that will actually take us to the consultation screen. But right now we are going to be using a dummy data for it until we fix the functionality we have here. Um, that's it. So let's go ahead and work on this consultation screen. And before we move from here, so let's fix one stuff. So there's something we need to fix. So we're going to wrap this with a gesture detector. On tap, right now we're going to add a dummy tab stuff. So it's not going to be working, leave it like that. So when we come back later on, we know that what is remaining is a tab feature. That when we tap on it, we have a pop-up, or we go to a new screen that helps us to add a card to our app. So leave it this way. But let's fix this once right here. So whenever you tap on this feature here, it will actually help us to know the one we tapped on and close it. So you go to our controller, it should be, yeah, so this is the controller. And in here we could have a final RX. So we got an arrow string of type string. So selected payment option. So selected payment option. So now this method that set the selected payment is requiring a string. The option selected payment option is equal to that payment option. Save that, and we could use that. So this stuff here, we're going to make each of them to have an option. Um, an option type. We're not using it anyway, so just keep that there like that. And in here in our screen, so yeah, it's going to throw an error. So you can use that option property. So I'm going to say this should be Apple Pay, and Google Pay. Card one, card two, and save that. Right now we need to wrap this. We need to wrap this with observable. So you're going to return this, and okay, we have this option property, and Let's see. Then we need to add another property here. We're going to call this final. Order is selected. So basically, if this is selected, we want to show this icon. Or if it's not selected, we show an empty container like this. Save there. So for the each selector, we could set appointment controller dot okay, yeah, it's equal to goes to Apple Pay. Then that's when this um will be showing up. But I think we need one more parameter here for button click. So you call that function on tap. Then we'll wrap everything here with a gesture dictator. And then on the on tap, we pass in the on tap method right here. So that will fix the issue. And go back here. So it's requesting for this, pass that in. Paste that for other ones. So it should be Google Pay. Copy that. Convert this to observable. Okay, that being done, so let's do the same. Copy this. And then there's this again on here. Um, Use ODX to wrap that. it will be able to change dynamically when we tap on it. Okay, go ahead and save this. The Yeah, everything is being affected. So let's test this out. Tap on this. So it has that. Let's see. So that's working. And yeah, so guys, basically we'll be stopping here for today, and we continue from where we continue tomorrow. So because right now, shaking pressing on this stuff is actually making this to change the selected type, and which is what we need. And we could have jumped in to start working on this consultation screen, but like I said, we are almost way past our time. Um, so let's continue this part tomorrow, consultation screens, and I will keep on looking at this part to see what else we could do here, and how to fix this and hook it up with this part so that it will be easily integrated, so that when the user says this option, they can go to make appointment, select their payment method, and then click on pay. So that's and clicking on pay will take them to this consultation they have. So or the consultation they made. So that's it. Um, and clicking on this will help us to add the payment method to our app. And but let's continue tomorrow with this. And while I'm still looking at this part, so yeah, that being said, so guys, see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day, and thanks for the comment that you guys shared. Also, one more thing, keep on sharing our videos and our stream so that we keep on growing the fan base, and that also helped me to keep on in bringing out more different projects and being live here every single day. Yeah, that's also. I don't know if you saw my yeah, I'm talking about my Swift code, my Swift tutorial. So I did Swift tutorial yesterday, basically after the Flutter tutorial. So I'll still do that today. So some of you might um keep your eyes on my YouTube channel. So I'll do that maybe in 1 hour time. Yeah, around 1 hour time. We'll start off with the Swift tutorial code, and see you guys there on that one too. And thank you.